now.
Have a free hand.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Everyone loaded in. We love it when everything loads in. Hello, and welcome back to another stream of the State of Anarchy, a homebrewed custom D&D campaign. It's not... The worst part is Tide Runner, I'm pretty sure. Wait, actually, you might not have access to that emoji yet. Because there is actually...
Yeah, no. Subscribers only. Sadly, I'm poor.
Here we go for everybody. Got a hype emoji for you. So welcome back to another game of State of Anarchy. A homebrewed D&D campaign set in the world of Avani. The current party is in Feywild, which is the Feywild. This is session 4, everybody. So everybody who's here, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We absolutely love having you here. It is absolutely fantastic for everyone who catches it in recap as well. Thank you so much for continuing to watch, and also for watching on YouTube, because it is mildly terrifying that everything is fine and then I go check it another day and there's 500 views. So thank you for that. So that was good. I'm really excited. So, has everybody got snacks? Has everybody got a drink? Has everybody gone to the bathroom? That includes you guys, the followers, as well. So,
yeah, I just did all of that. I've got my
yes.
dinner.
Good. That's what we like. We like everybody being hydrated and the like and stuff. So, basically recap what happened last week for anyone that remembers. This includes the followers. Anyone who would like to help out with the recap, I would be greatly appreciative.
We went to the pub.
You did go to the pub. Yes, I believe that we are currently at the Grazing Bull Tavern, I believe.
Yeah.
Which, as you'll see on your screens there, there's a nice, lovely little marker telling you where you are.
Marker hype.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not going to help in a second when we immediately split the party 3 different ways.
You've got 2 other variant markers, yeah?
I do, actually. So,
Nice.
are we at all surprised it's me?
Yeah, that's correct.
Why?
She knows us too well.
Well, yes,
well.
I don't think I've ever met a party that doesn't immediately split the party, so...
Hey, we made it 3 sessions in. Like, that's pretty impressive, right?
Well, no, because second session we did split the party because you apparently locked yourself out of your room and couldn't get to your gun.
I don't want to talk about it.
So, seriously though, what happened apart from going to a pub? I believe we got off of the
we went
Off
onto
the
the
boat?
harbour.
Yeah, we got off the boat.
Yeah.
Breeze got to show off their debarking outfit.
yes, because Breeze has all the outfits,
Yep.
Yeah.
which
think,
I love.
Like,
I absolutely love that.
Crisis went over with Rick at some point and was getting roasted by Rick.
What do you mean just by Rick? It was like...
Crisis
No.
just gets roasted for existing.
At first, and then everybody else jumped on the roasting.
Yes.
Spitting you like a pig.
Crisis did hire himself onto your guys' group.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, he went, hey, you guys have money. And then I believe that Breeze jumped in immediately and said, actually, we pay an exposure. Which I
In
believe
which
we
it was
were
met with
less
instant
excited
disdain.
about. Which I think we were slightly less excited about.
Just a little bit.
But you'll basically take what you can get at this point because money is money. So
Yeah.
I believe so.
I remember there's a lot of awkward Hasa moments of Hasa being pushed to do things and Hasa being like, oh, okay.
Yep. Hasa explained some of the places to stay, some of the more expensive options, including the brothels and such, and then was immediately grilled about whether or not he had been to them.
Yes, which I believe his answer was, I don't know what you're talking about. I am a good boy.
No, it was, I have heard this information secondhand. I have no idea what actually goes on there.
Mm-hmm. I just know that they have good food there, too. That was the other thing. So, that was good. So, I believe Rick also... Oh, you
Got a letter.
That's right. You met the postal service of this place.
Yep.
For anyone wondering how the postal service works, it is kind of similar to Terry Pratchett's Going Postal. Hi, Spinner. How are you? Yeah, a bit like Going Postal. Basically, nothing stops the post, and the post officers basically do everything they can in their power to make sure that the post is delivered and untampered with. So that is really fun. I love getting to do that for everyone. So, and it does mean that the Postal Service, they're also non-judgmental. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. The Postal Service will indeed just give you a post, get you to sign for it, and leave. So
no questions.
Yes.
None of their business.
No questions. Do not ask. They do not care if you're doing criminal activity or whatever. They do not care where you are. They will deliver it. It's kind of a combination of Going Postal meets the postal service from Good Omens as well. So, which of course meant that Rick did indeed get a letter, and everyone got to see that letter at least.
Everybody was looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes, if you watch the stream in post, you will have seen that there was the exact letter that popped up for Rick. So
Rick also had like a mini monologue to himself.
Yes, there was Rick.
Oh yes, the recorder. Yes.
Yes. Into his recorder, which I believe Crisis is like, what are you doing? I believe that Sebastian had a big chat to some of the bartenders and things like this. So we got our first look at Perry's. The DM realised that being a Fey town, I probably need to explain the people. You need to explain the actual vibe of this place a bit better, because it is not your average town. I'm just so used to clicking a button and going, here, this is what it looks like. But I kind of need to describe it a little bit better. So I will get to have fun explaining this place.
That's funny, because Sebastian walked off the boat and went, wow, this is an average town.
Did he? Did he? I'm assuming not.
The last big thing is we found that Bill went north, and that the local wildlife is being weird, and that the Adventurers Guild may know more.
The Adventurers Guild may know more. I believe you were also looking for lodgings, because the Grazing Bull Tavern only had one room. 2 beds, 1 room, but that might not suffice for the 6 of you. So, or at least the 5 of you, because at this point... no, that attitude, exactly. I like your spirit, Sebastian. I believe at this point Rick hasn't decided to join you yet, because he has been gently let down / betrayed by his best friend.
Yep.
He also can't hide that he's a part of our group, though, because during his little brooding session by the bar, Arthur was calling out for him.
And I believe he was, at this point, he just has a crazy straw in a bottle of whiskey.
Real Rakins don't use straws.
Nope. So, with that in mind, I believe we can jump right in. Wait, that is the other thing, while I remember. Breeze was very supportive of the bard of the Grazing Bull Tavern, because there was a little bit, Sebastian found out some stuff about the local bard that had come through, and his poster had covered up the local bard of this place, Armel Bamey's little poster there, because now I had notes. My book has gone wandering. Always good. Always a good sign. Do you remember your father's stage name, Breeze? That we decided on.
Vale.
I do.
Vale,
yes. Vale. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm glad someone yelled it from the void. Thank you, Tyrant Dungeon. So,
They pulled back the veil.
They pulled back the veil. Yes, Vale had a very nice matte black poster with gold foiling for his illusory, larger-than-life show, which I believe Breeze did steal the poster for.
Yeah, but the show had gone and passed. He doesn't need to overshadow everybody all the time.
Exactly.
So I took it down. Yeah.
You did take it down. So, so yes, I believe that you were watching Armel's show, and helping them, helping her kind of get her confidence back. Because she was looking a little sad and sorry for herself. She is a koala bearkin. So she was feeling a little less than confident. People weren't really paying attention to her. But as you guys were cheering her on, hello, Uzumeka. As you guys were cheering her on, she basically got a bit more confidence. And yeah, I believe you started to have a great time. You ordered food and the like. So yeah, we jump back in with you guys sitting at a table as you've seen Rick finish reading a letter, and I believe you tucked it up, you folded it back up and tucked it back inside your coat.
Enemy jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking less than pleased, and I believe Breeze, you were heading up to the bar to talk to.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Sebastian had already done the same thing because he hasn't said anything
exactly.
to me.
Hadn't said anything to you. So you didn't know. You just knew that he was talking to, I believe he was talking to Aridus, who is the owner of the tavern here. But the rest of you had spoken to Callus about certain things. Sweet, you get 10 gold from Spinner, Tide Runner. Bribery, I call it. Blatant bribery. But yes, 10 gold for you. You just managed to you notice that somebody's dropped a small pouch under the table as you pick it up. So and Uzumeka immediately took it away. Someone kicks it away across the floor. So Breeze, I believe you got up and went to the bar, and you were waiting at the bar to speak to Aridus. Talus? Yes?
Oh, yeah, whoever. Any of the bar people.
This one. No one else will get to see, but you guys will get to see. She comes over to you. Yes, she's got some gold tattoos, looking kind of like a gladiator's helmet, framing her eyes. And she kind of notices you waiting there, and comes over to you. Oh, what can I get for you?
Oh, well, it's just, I couldn't help but see the poster outside, and wow, Vale played here. That's so exciting.
I know, he usually stops here every couple of months or so, and it's lovely to have his business.
And how was it? Was it amazing? Was it the best thing you've ever seen in your life? What was he like?
Honestly, I have never seen a bard perform like him. The shows, the amazing pyrotechnics, he just does things. I don't know if he's a magician or he's just that talented. I've never seen anything like it.
Nobody knows. And I can't believe I missed it. Where's he going next?
I believe he was heading up towards the capital city. So I believe Iris is on the way to that, and then on to the Rising Dominion.
Did he say, I mean, doesn't he usually have an entourage with him? Doesn't he have people? Did he not have people with him?
Of course not. He is well known for doing everything himself.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so amazing. His shows, considering he's a one-man team, it's incredible to see his work.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome. Sounds very self-sufficient. Well, thank you. Bye.
Oh, did you need anything to drink, to eat?
No, I was just so excited. I had to ask about.
Oh,
about
of
Vale,
course,
but
I can completely understand.
Yeah. One man show, Vale. Okay, I'll see you around. Bye.
All right. Let me know if you need anything. She kind of turns and goes to serve some more customers who have come up.
Breeze does that thing where her shoulders droop slightly as she walks away, and then she pulls herself back up and says, "Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine."
Aridus, not not that you would really know this, but judging by the conversations you've had with some of these people, Aridus kind of gives you a bit of a weird look. Like she wants to talk to you a bit further because she seems concerned about you. But then a rowdy bunch of young, appear to be early 20s, hair and gone, come in. They look like university students. They've got their baggy cardigans, and they've got like book bags and stuff like this, like satchel bags and stuff. One of them has a beanie, their ears pulled down, the beanie pulled tight over it, and they come in there a bit rowdy. As you're sitting there at the bar, Rick, they kind of like shove into you and they kind of like look at you kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, mate. And they kind of give you a bit more room. And no, Spinner, inspiration cannot be yoinked. So, but yes, so she unfortunately, Aridus, does kind of like hesitantly leave you, leaving you to return to your table, Breeze. So, you return to the table, where they seem to be enjoying. I believe several of you did get food.
I just got tea.
You got tea?
I just got some tea. Is there any, might I add, is there any like bowls of like bread or something on the table that they just kind of served up with our meals?
You do get, yes, you do get some, just some bread with some like oil and spices to dip it in. It is a very greenish looking oil, and the spices on top of it have a bit of a kind of a little bit of a bluish glow to them, but they're very tasty. It's got a nice amount of salt in it, but it's kind of got like this little bit of a tingle to it.
He's not gonna eat it. He's gonna pick like little bits off in his hand and take off his little cone hat and feed it to his little friend in there.
For anyone watching, Breeze, as you walk over, you see Bao take off his little cone hat, and there's a bit of a glow, like a golden glow that comes from within it as he's sprinkling little breadcrumbs in. You just see a tiny little hand dart out and then dart back in.
He's not really sprinkling them in. He's like kind of like picking like a little bit off his hand and like handing it over. He doesn't want crumbs on his head after all.
Have you had a thing in your hat the whole time?
Yeah. This is Rolai. They're a friend of mine from back home.
You watch as a little glowing. There's kind of like a humanoid form to it, as a little glowing head with very ethereal, floaty hair, kind of like peers out over the edge of the hat.
Do I know what it is?
Roll me a nature.
Why can I never find my character sheets? Okay. Nothing is happening.
Yeah, apparently. Wait. I love the fact that the technical difficulties that we're having are not even anything that I can fix. There we go.
Okay.
Apart from having a bit of a glow, there are several things in the Feywild that can potentially have a glow. So it could be any number of things. The fact that it's small doesn't mean anything, really. There are a number of Fey that are tiny. It could even be a firefly, but you would never assume that, considering it seems kind of humanoid. But yeah, you're not really sure what it is without getting a good look, because it's got quite an aura glow about it that seems to be kind of like restricting what you can actually see.
Well, Bao, are we going to get introduced to your friend, or is he shy?
He'll introduce himself when he wants to. I won't force him.
You can see this little head poking up, and its hair is almost like a flickering flame, just kind of
Very
floating.
wispy.
Yeah, wispy, floating above its head, and it kind of is peering at you, but keeping mostly hidden inside the hat. There seems to be just very faintly, obviously the din of this place is kind of shielding a lot of the noise, but you do get the kind of sound of silvery tinkling bells underneath it all. Rick, you get to have inspiration, by the way, thanks to Evil One.
Woo!
Yeah, baby, that's what we wait for. That's what it's all about.
Alright. Well, since Crisis wants to go to the Adventurers Guild to catch up on some info about his quarry,
Yes.
while he's doing that, anybody want to accompany me to the most fun place in the city?
Everybody is suspicious immediately.
I'll take that as a resounding no.
What do you
Well-
count as fun, bud?
Yeah, I was already gonna tag with Crisis anyways.
Cowabunga, dude. More the merrier.
Well, I'll go by my lonesome then.
Just for my curiosity's sake, where exactly are you going?
As I said, the most fun place in the entire city.
Right, I consider that to be the local gun range. What do you consider to be the fun place in the city?
That's a surprise that you'll just have to find out by accompanying me.
Guess I'll never know.
Guess you won't.
Okay, so while you continue to enjoy the bardic stylings of Armel the Bearkin, you finish up your meal. Rick, you get your way through a large percentage of this bottle. I'm assuming you're just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just swig it away.
Swigging away, but you did buy it. You notice that the others seem to be finishing up and getting ready to leave. Are you going to join them? Are you going to... What would you like to do?
He'll put the cork back in the bottle. And put that in his coat.
There is now
Grab
a whiskey bottle-sized lump in your coat.
Yep. It's probably nearly the size of him.
Yeah, I imagine you've got like that hidden pocket inside that is enough to fit a bottle of whiskey.
He'll grab a handful of peanuts and slide off the bar stool and head towards the table.
As you slide off the bar stool, one of the Herringon looks down at you, just almost steps on you, and they're like, "Oh, sorry," and they kind of get out of your way. But as they turn, their fluffy tail kind of like smushes into your face as they kind of like start joking around as they're doing various shots and things like this as you push your way past them. While you are not the shortest person here, Rick, because there are people of all shapes and sizes, you do only come up to, at best, mid-thigh on a lot of people here. And, you know, there are all sorts of people within the tavern at the moment. You see a number of dock workers. You see a couple of people in guards' uniforms, kind of quickly stuffing down various sandwiches and things like this as they're chatting. Over in one corner that seems to be like a rounded booth, there does appear to be a couple of young gentlemen of varying heights. Basically, we've got a Loxodon, we've got a what appears to be some kind of half-elf, and they've got some very, very pretty girls in very flowing, gauzy robes that just seem to be draping very artistically. across their bodies that kind of give the illusion of curves and things like this, while also being, well, not immodest. It's very clear that it's designed to show off their bodies, and they seem to be having they seem to have a lot of empty glasses and bottles in front of them. They're quite rowdy, but you manage to, I'm assuming, make your way over to the table where this.
Yeah, Rick's used to pushing his way through, sort of thing.
Yeah, you kind of kneecap a few people on your way through. But you eventually make it to the table where everyone seems to be finishing up.
Hey, Crisis, have you decided what you're doing? Are we going to go to this guild?
Yeah, but I was waiting for you to kind of polish off that bottle, and we can get going. The good old professor here will be joining us.
Okay. What about the rest of them? They're heading on their merry way, are they?
Let's do this. Sound off. Where are we all going to meet again?
I would definitely recommend us heading to Daylily Terrace, finding some place to stay.
Do either yourself or Rick here have a ethereal connector?
I do not.
No.
If you give me some spare time, I could probably repair breezes, but it's going to take time.
Let's just do this, and I will toss Hasa my two-way radio. All right. Rick has the other one, so you have one, so we at least have something for that. But yeah.
All right. Sounds fine to me.
What was the location Hasa said for staying?
There are a couple. There are a couple that he did bring up, like spare places around the university, like the Billy Goat, or you could try the red light areas, like the Layflower. I believe this House of Secret Petals was the other brothel.
That is the other brothel. But the warning was, if you want to stay in any of those places, they are a bit more expensive. But if you want to head further into the town, so you can go Billy Goat Tavern. There's also the One-Eyed Oak Tavern over in the Sterling Green.
I did mean just the one he mentioned right then about a meeting place.
Okay, so the Billy Goat is over here.
Oh, the Daylily Terrace is the region. He would have recommended the Billy Goat as the place of meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, so over here. It help. I assume everyone can see that over here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
It's usually one of the best places. Sometimes has some free spaces, but a lot of the people that are looking to stay in that region are usually students, so they would have dormitories they would prefer to go to.
So Billy Goat it is, right?
Well, then I'll be meeting all of you there since nobody wants to accompany me. And
where are you heading?
The most fun place in the city. I don't know how many times I need to repeat myself.
Again, I can't decide where I'm going if I don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
You two like a sense of adventure. The library.
Nerd.
I'm down for that.
I could go to the library.
God.
We do need someone to attend with the Crisis and Rick here, just to
it sounds
make
like
sure we're on the same page.
Bao, sounds like Bao, Crisis, and Rick are on one group.
Me glancing over at Bao.
I've read too many books. I've been to too many libraries.
Unless you think I might be useful at the Adventurers Guild. I mean, I really don't have much to do in the city, so I'll go wherever.
Who's gonna go collect the reward that y'all got? Y'all should figure that out before anything else.
We could probably go there before going to the library if you want, Sebastian.
We would be waiting on a callback since that meeting has not yet been set up.
That's true.
He was going to call, I believe, Sebastian's ethereal connector. I believe.
Because I'm the only person who bought a fucking phone.
I did buy one, it broke.
I have one,
Yes,
but not
it
for the
broke.
reasons that everybody else uses.
Taking
it.
too many selfies, Breeze. You kind of dropped it.
I've got to promote my my
Bad.
brand. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Your brand.
My brand.
Your
Yeah.
brand.
Okay,
My brand.
You gotta start calling it your family too now.
so
Oh god, no.
My family.
as you kind of get up, you gather together your things to leave the tavern. As you make your way outside, you can see that Ash is still standing out the front, apparently surrounded by a group of young children. They look to be about 8 or 9, and there's just something about them. They've got very soft, squishy-looking faces, as most kids are wont to do. But the cutest thing about them is their hair is this lovely kind of creamy woolly color, and it's got this big puffy cotton wool like curl to it, and they've just got some little twisted horns. The beginning of these little twisted horns, you notice that their feet have that backward facing knee joint, and every time one of them they're kind of like swinging off of like Ash's arms. He seems to be entertaining them, but every time one of them kind of laughs, there's like just a little sheep like meh as they're laughing, as you realize there's about 4 or 5 little Bijouk children who are just absolutely enthralled with this large stone monolith that is Ash. There's one of them using his back as like a slide.
That reminds me, I have to turn him in. Where's the library in comparison to where we are?
Okay, so the Gazania
North.
University, the library, is over here.
All right.
Zoom out so people
And
can see what
if I remember correctly, the teleportation was near the lawmakers.
It's basically part of the lawmakers, yeah. So the Gazania University is up here. The lawmakers is down here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the other reason. I was like, everybody's going to the Adventurers Guild because you needed to use the teleporter. Bao doesn't like me. The other two have their own interests.
Yeah, I get. I don't think that's 100% true, but sure. I think wary. Okay. So you shoo the children in ponchos off. They kind of run away laughing.
Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll go drop this one off and then I'll meet you at the library.
All right, sweet.
Okay.
Cool. Go team, break. Woo.
Got them break. Okay, so
I think Bree just stands there because nobody's invited her anywhere, so she just sort of stands there.
You just said you were going to the library!
But then so did you, and then you broke off, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not an all we go to the library
you're
thing.
standing there, Breeze, kind of like watching
Yes.
Sebastian
Okay,
walk off. And...
I'm immediately 180ing and grabbing Breeze by the hand. Going, come on, girl.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that happens to Breeze a lot. I'm starting to notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody starts walking a direction, and Breeze is like, "Oh no, which way do I go?"
Which way do I go? Yeah.
Okay, so Breeze and Sebastian, I believe you're heading up to the Gazania University.
Yes, specifically the library portion.
So you are going up here, and then the other part of the group, make it a token, woohoo, is heading down here. Sweet.
Oh, I want the cool token.
No, we're the cool party. We get it.
Yeah,
I just,
You're not
I
seeing-
those guys.
I just picked
Have you
random
not seen my
tokens.
sunglasses? I'm the cool one. Look at these Crocs.
The Crocs, yeah. Breeze has headed off with the unfashionable person.
Oh no.
By the way, Bao, as you're kind of wandering around, getting distracted, you notice that there just seems to be a couple of coins on the ground as you manage to pick up 10 gold.
Yoink! Hope this does belong to somebody who desperately needs it.
Hopefully not. So yeah, you managed to pocket 10 gold. So as you head out, Oi, evil Overwatch. While we, nice, thank you. As you head off into the town, the major Rick, Crisis. I'm assuming you guys are also going to the Ruffled Feathers Adventuring Society.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Which
Yep.
means I need a third token. You guys are going down here. So there you go. So the majority of the group. Okay, I will get to that. As you make your way across the town, the majority of the group, there are a few things you start to notice about this place. For those of you who have not really been to the Feywild, so Rick and Crisis, you notice that there's something about this town, and it takes you a hot second to realise. And as you're looking up, Rick, you fail to notice a couple coins falling out of your pocket. You notice that the trees here are very, very large. But not only that, there seem to be stairways leading up to these large platforms, and it would appear that this is a town that's not just on the ground floor, but up in the branches. And there seems, as you start to look up, Rick, and up, you start to realise that there are walkways up connecting the trees and the branches, and some of the signs are giving indication that some of the businesses and whatnot are actually up in the upper canopies of this area. As you are walking around, you start to realize that the people here are definitely more unusual than you had anticipated. You start to notice that there doesn't actually appear to be a lot of human-like folks like you're used to. There are a whole number of mushroom-like people. There are moth people with their wings tucked down, hanging down their back like cloaks. There seem to be groups of small people, which, you know, you're a pretty small person anyway, but these people, they seem to be congregating in groups of 10 or more, of people who are actually shorter than you, Rick, that seem to have this colouring to their face. The majority of their face up the middle seems to be white, and they have these kind of tan markings, like panda-like markings on their eyes. They have little fangs in the bottom of their on their lower teeth, and their eyes are exceptionally large and black that seem to be making a lot of noise, these little groups. These are porglings. They look humanoid, but they do look kind of reminiscent of the seabirds from where you're from, Rick and Crisis. You start to notice that there are the numbers of dog-like people, the Corcades. Roaming from, as you're walking through here, there seem to be some shorter ones that have very floofy styled hair, kind of similar to your Bichon Friezes and things like this. You see messengers darting around looking like Jack Russells, but humanoid. As well as the Dragonborn here, especially, are very, very odd. They seem to be small, like fairy dragons and pseudo dragons, so smaller. Everything kind of just looks very ethereal. Kill them too. Looks very ethereal, as you're noticing that some of them are kind of like darting around in the upper areas of this. And as you're looking around, Crisis, and you're absolutely stunned, just roll me a perception.
Well, it certainly is a lot different to where we come from.
Hell, yeah.
You're
You hear what they said about the gummy worms out in the forest causing problems? Yeah, where are we? Want Candyland?
As you say this, Crisis, you actually walk into somebody and you step on somebody's foot and you hear this, "Excuse you," as you realize that the exposed part of your arm and your face that you've run into this person, as you turn to look at a person who appears to be made out of jello, like a gelatinous cube-like texture to them as they're looking down at you, you realize, apart from their clothes, you can see straight through their skin to the other side. You can actually see bits and pieces like floating around where, you know, their organs and stuff would be.
Apologies, a bit distracted by my little short friend here.
I should hope so. Watch where you're going next time. And he kind of like walks past you. You kind of perceive just this slight wet schloopy noise as he kind of moves.
Bao is unfazed.
You experienced your first gelatin, by the way.
Rick,
Wow.
how drunk are you right now?
Oh, he's a little tipsy.
Are you so drunk it's carrying over to me, or is that just
I'm not drunk.
You just gotta just watch where you're going, apparently.
I guess, yeah. Professor, why don't you lead the way, since...
Yeah, we sort of stand it like tourists.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hasa is actually leading you through this and avoiding people. Hasa, while these people aren't... not all of these people are obviously very apparent to you and common to you. Some of these races you have seen in the Ascendant Isles as your borders have opened up a little bit to allow some of the Fae folk to move into your community. So they're not as weird to you. But after asking around and crossing a square, you do manage to make your way to the lawmakers. You see a very... it's a single-story building, seems to be made of sandstone and wood, and above the door in a lovely gold print you see As, Maya and Rift, which is the name of the lawmakers.
All right, this is my stop. That one over there, if you go just a few more buildings down, is yours. I will see you all at the Billy Goat. And he heads inside with Ash.
And nobody acknowledges you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wait, was Hasa traveling with us?
Yes!
I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, Bao doesn't. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, you leave Hasa to go into the lawmakers of Asmaya and Rift, and the rest of you continue on to the Ruffled Feathers Adventuring Society, which is just down around the corner. Hasa, you make your way into the lawmakers, and you can see that there are lines of people basically waiting to fill out paperwork and whatnot. You can see on one wall there's a whole heap of plastic containers with just form after form after form, and you walk over there and you can kind of see that there are documentations for just different types of teleportation, basically local teleportation to anywhere within the region, kind of more remote teleportation to one of the different kingdoms, or even interplanar teleportation, although that one does kind of come with, as you can see, a big banner on top, just kind of warnings of just a warning, like if you are planning on traveling to Anthalamir, that you have to fill out particular documentation to say that you are not responsible, nor will the Teleportation Guild be liable should anything happen to you in your travels to Anthalamir. They basically renege any right to any kind of legal repercussion if you decide to willingly enter Anthalamir. Interestingly enough, Nethrag does not have such warnings, which is concerning considering it is the hells of the world. you can also see documentation for sending packages via the postal service as well as different levels of insurance as well. So you know that you have to just fill out a form. You do have documentation on you already from your father, basically saying that your teleportation fees for Ash are already paid for and things like this. You just need to essentially say that he's allowed to go and that someone will pick him up on the other side. So
yeah, no worries. I'll go and deliver the documents where they're needed.
Yep, you go over to a desk where there is a pen that is tied with a chain to the desk. Because it doesn't matter what fantasy world it is in, people steal pens. So you sit there and you fill all that out. Meanwhile, Breeze, Sebastian, you are venturing out into the world. You notice as you're traveling through also the... it's less unusual for you guys to see this kind of place because you have grown up in Failweir. So you are used to seeing the multi-tiered story of the town. This place has a bit of a charming feel to it. It is a little bit... Where the difference is for both of you is, Sebastian, the community you are from is... The buildings are mostly made of white marble and very Grecian style architecture and things like this. Everything seems to be perfectly architectural and pristine for you. Whereas for you, Breeze, you're used to this very ornate, ordered style. This place seems to have almost a kind of... Considering that both of you have grown up in cities, this is almost a slightly rural feel to it, even though it is actually quite a large city. The fact that people are just walking around and kids are running around having fun, laughing and whatnot, whereas both of your communities are very organised, and children aren't really allowed to run around like this. And especially into the area that you're starting to head into, you're starting to notice young people about your age hanging out in groups. Every now and then you might pass a group of kids who are sitting on some like half walls and whatnot, passing around what appears to be some kind of smoking contraption, lack of a better word, a vape, because of course. And, you know, every now and then sharing chips or sharing some of the chips from one of the local fast food areas, or looking at things on their ethereal connectors and, you know, sharing pictures, taking photos. This is not an environment that either of you are particularly familiar with. So yes.
And yet, walking through this university grounds, the man in Crocs is still king.
Oh dear.
Breeze becomes acutely aware that she is walking with somebody who is wearing Crocs.
I think she like lags a bit behind, like a few, so like disposable deniability. But then she's also starting to smile, just to like seeing at the people. This is quite nice actually.
You see some of the kids throwing around, a group of boys throwing around what appears to be a glowing blue ball of some description. You know, they're kind of passing it amongst themselves. It's every now and then you're watching as they do some really interesting ornate throws, which make it do loop-de-loops and things like that in the air as they try to catch it. And they're just kind of like gently ribbing each other. As you know, there's a camaraderie here that you haven't really seen, Breeze, or you've seen from a distance, but you've never actually participated in or been invited to participate in.
Oh, so sad. Probably like I did that awkward thing where I'm walking past a group of people and somebody tells a joke and I kind of go, yeah, and then keeps going. Just trying to join in a little bit, but it's failing.
As you're walking over, Breeze, you watch.
I'm not walking directly to them. I'm walk past. I'm not like approaching.
As you're heading to the library, you can see that there are signs in here that are pointing to the library services and things like this. But as you're walking, Breeze and Sebastian, you watch as a rather tall individual, standing about 7 feet tall, you notice that they have kind of a flat face, rather large, square kind of nose, very soft, kind of smiley looking eyes. But instead of hair, you can see that they have a pair of backwards facing horns and scales all layered down their back. They have a tail, and their scales are kind of like, you can see that they're kind of like painted from tip to root, but there's kind of like this fade to it, and there's all these lovely shades of blues and greens, and she's walking over to you, and in her hands you notice that her fingers appear very long, but it's actually she's got some very long talons. She's got a clipboard in her hands. She kind of wanders over to you. This is a young Golan girl. She walks over. Oh, hi. I was just wondering if you'd like to support our cause to send some kids to on an exchange trip to the to Arborealis.
What are they being exchanged with?
Oh, it's like we're trying to encourage inter-school kind of exchanges so that some of the kids in Arborealis and the schools at the Arborealis and things like that, or the Eladrin courts can come here and get to see what it's like for us here, and some of us actually get to see what court life is like and actually get a bit more polish and things like that if they would like to go into politics and whatnot.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I support that. Good luck.
Oh, good.
And I keep on walking.
Oh, no. We're just collecting signatures.
Oh.
Yeah, we're hoping if we can get like 150 signatures, we can convince, we can present that to the dean, and the dean will, take that and hopefully, with the help of the senators and things like that, actually start a dialogue.
Uh-huh. I think Breeze gets a bit nervous about signing anything because of some superstitions and things. Is this a cursed pen? Will it steal my soul?
Oh,
Will anything happen if
you
I
can
sign?
use your own
No,
pen.
that's out of character. Sorry.
She sees you kind of hesitate, and she's like, I mean, you can.
No, I need to practice my signatures. Anyway, so.
Right. Well, I've got a pen that you can borrow, or if you've got your own pen. She notices you're carrying a bag.
Do I have to have it on my character sheet to say that I have a pen?
No, it's assumed
okay.
that you have
I pull out.
utensils.
Good. I pull out a pen.
You just don't have like fancy writing utensils and ink and stuff like that. But you've got you've got a pencil.
I got a basic pencil. Yeah, and I do because I'm trying to practice my autograph just in case. So I do a big flourishing. Just one word, breathe.
You watch her face kind of lights up, and she's like, "Oh, that's so pretty. Oh,
thank you.
Oh, are you studying the arts? Like, what degree are you studying?"
I'll have you know, young lady, that she is the arts. She's in fact the model that they're using for their paintings today.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Yes.
love it when they get models in and whatnot. Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't recognize you. I'm Dahlia Ribfinger. I actually...
Have you considered modelling?
Oh,
yourself?
No, not myself. I'm a music student, percussion.
Very, very good. Hey, do you want to join a band?
Well, actually, I'm part of the orchestra here at the university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hoping to get. I'm actually hoping to be part of the exchange so that I can go with the university to the Eladrin courts. I hear that they are absolutely the connoisseurs of music and taste over there.
If you like, if you like that kind of stuffy vibe, yes.
I like all kinds of music as long as there's a beat
Okay.
to it.
Well, I hope you get to go there. Good luck.
Oh, and you, sir, would you like to sign?
Well, If Breeze thinks it's a good cause, I don't see why not.
She kind of holds it for you to sign it.
Very bombastic signature.
Wonderful.
Only first name, though.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, it's not unusual for there only to be first names, so. But both of you have taken up a good 10% of each page, though, with large signatures. Well, thank you so much. This should help us out immensely. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Oh, try out the cafeteria. I hear that they are doing nachos today, so love a good nacho.
Nacho. She's never heard of nachos. She's like, I love nachos.
Yeah,
my favourite.
Sure. And the society, they're also planning a bit of a pub crawl later if you want to join us. I believe at the moment they are working for the engineering department.
The society?
Yeah, they just call them the society. They kind of cover all of, your social events and things like this. Like I said, I believe it's the engineering's turn today. But otherwise, next week it might be the arts or the sciences or, didn't you get the social calendar when you signed up?
I am so careless. Oh. I lose everything.
Oh, no, that's okay. You watch as she kind of starts rummaging around in her own bag. Look, if you can't find your own calendar, just head to Student Services. They'll get you all sorted out there. Just talk to Professor Laran. He'll take care of you.
Also, I've been bunked with somebody and we're not getting on. How do I change rooms?
Oh, Student Services. Professor Laran will take care of that.
And what sort of, because I lost my ID as well. So if I need to get my room changed, but I don't have my ID, is it okay? Can I just show them something to prove that I'm definitely 100% a student here and then get my new rooms?
I mean, you don't need your student ID. They'll just look you up in the computer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All
right. Okay. Okay, bye.
I'll be here most of the afternoon, so if you get lost or you need help or whatever, you can come talk to me.
Just, Breeze here is a very forgetful young lady. Just so, if we do find her ID, we remember what it looks like. Can you show us yours?
She's starting to look really suspicious at you. Yeah, no problem. She holds out her lanyard, which has a little white card with, it's got the standard ID picture of it. She's kind of grinning broadly. The camera angle wasn't great, so it is mostly nose, a little bit too close. But you can see that it's clearly her, and you can see her name, Dahlia Ribfinger.
Oh, that! Breeze, you used that to open one of your butterbeers earlier and completely ruined it.
I completely. Well, I also, I thought it was from that internship that I did. So I just thought, oh, this is old, I could use it. But no, that's wonderful. Thank you, Dahlia. You're so helpful.
All right. Like I said, if you need help, I'm here all afternoon. Good luck.
Thank you.
She moves on to another group of people to harass them to sign.
Sure do hope we don't need one of those to use the library.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe we could get free rooms, but maybe not.
Well, how badly do you want to stay in the dorms? You seem to love it here.
It is nice. I wonder, what does it take to actually get admitted here?
Too much fucking money.
Well, you're not here yet.
I know.
Well, if my school was anything to go by, you just need to be smart and charismatic. You have those in spades, so.
That's kind of you to lie like that, but it's fine. Let's go.
So you guys continue on your way to the library. Meanwhile, your university experience slightly dampened for you. Hey, who knows? You might figure out how to be part of the university. Who knows? Meanwhile,
And then I leave the team, but I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to university now. Bye.
so Rick,
We all sign up for university.
hey, it would completely change the story, but I'm willing to do it.
That would be awesome.
Meanwhile, Crisis, Rick, and Bao, you make your way to the Ruffled Feathers Adventuring Society. You walk up to a single-storied stone building. You notice it has large breezy windows that let in a lot of light on either side. And as you step in, there's actually like a series of 4 small stone steps leading up to the main floor here. Running down either side of this main thoroughfare, you notice 2 long oaken tables where you can see various groups of people standing around discussing certain things. You see maps strewn across the tables, contracts, pens, ink, all this kind of stuff. And as you walk down this main thoroughfare to what appears to be some kind of desk where there's a tall stool positioned behind it, you do notice that there seems to be all sorts of things on the wall. Along the walls there seem to be statues and trophies and awards of all different kind of completed contracts and the like. You see that there seems to be hanging from one wall, kind of like framed, a scaled hide of a large lizard. There seems to be a large photo, it seems quite grainy, quite old, of a group of grung in a wooden frame that seems to be an adventuring party of some description. There's a large sword, easily 5 feet long, mounted up on one of the walls.
Then there's like a adventure of the week.
Yeah, little pictures of the adventure of the week. You do notice that at this desk that seems to be at the head of these 2 long tables, you notice that people are coming up to him and handing him contracts and things like this, and he takes them. He seems to be reasonably old. You see a pair of fluffy graying antennae pointing out over the top of the desk with some very large dark eyes. He has quite shaggy hair that seems to be slicked back, and he's kind of got these mottled light and dark brown wings that kind of wrap around his shoulders a bit like a cloak, but you do notice that some of them have little tears in them. Some of it has, the edges have little tears, and he's kind of like hunched over the desk a little bit. He's poring over a contract with a little thin pair of glasses that he kind of looks like, and he's leaning quite close. You can tell his eyesight's going quite bad. And yeah, you can see that one of his wings that are kind of acting as this shawl over his shoulders is quite badly torn and kind of restitched together. But as you approach, he kind of looks up at you.
Oh, yes, hello.
Hi, howdy. I'm Crisis. Hello.
Oh, Crisis. And he kind of turns to a large tome and starts flicking through it.
Contract number?
I'm not with y'all's guild. I'm actually here to ask questions about an adventurer who did come through here.
Starts shuffling through papers. And he pulls out a piece of paper.
Here is the form to fill out if you want to become an adventurer.
Okay. By chance, do you have a pen on hand?
You can use any one of the pens and ink and things like that over on the tables.
Don't trust the pens.
While we're here, ask the question.
Sorry, speak up.
We're actually looking for an adventurer who came through here a few days ago. His family's worried about him.
Oh, of course. What was his contract number?
If we give you a name, will that help?
Oh, yes, it will take a little longer, but yes, it can help.
It's Bill Lagun.
Bill Lagun. Okay, if you want to, did you actually want to become adventurers? Because I can get you more paperwork.
I want to.
Oh, yes, of course.
He rifles around, grabs a couple of more sign-up forms for you.
If you fill them out, I can have a look and look through the books and see if I can find him.
Is there like an annual fee to be a part of the guild, or is this just a formality of, hey, you're one of us?
Well, to become an adventurer, you do get paid by bounties that you want to take, but you do owe the guild a small portion, a small fee of about 2%, just to make sure that we're covered by liability, because obviously if something happens to you, we can't be sued because you obviously took on the adventuring life of your own volition and you were not coerced.
Right. But just no annual fees, right? Just a small percentage of the work we do.
Pretty much, yes.
All right, man, I'm fine with it.
I'll have one of those forms too, please.
He hands you over a form.
In fact, give me 3 more. Just I have a feeling. Just give me 3 more.
He pulls out a couple more pages and hands them to you.
I greatly appreciate it. You said the quills were over there, right?
Yes. Just head over to the tables and fill out the paperwork and bring it back when you're ready.
And you're gonna look for Bill Lagan's details.
Bill the gun, yes.
Val's already gone to the table. He did not waste a second once he got the form. He was like bouncing with joy. Doing a little giggle.
Here, Rick. Do you want to go look after that one, or do you want to stay here and wait? Because I'm good with either or.
Well, he's got to look it up anyway, so we might as well just go fill these out and then bring them back.
Right. Okay, fine.
He's flicking through the large tome. Just over the last... You can see that he's still quite with it. He is looking back. You said the last few weeks, so he's looking back over the last few weeks' entries for this name.
Okay, so yeah, I will follow the professor and go take a seat and get a quill and start. I'll look over the form and try to make sense of it before I fill it out. I have a little bit of experience of looking at formal contracts for signing up for work.
Yep, it is asking for the standards, your name, your date of birth, age as well, because those two things are not necessarily the same thing. And it is important. Also asking for your species, plane of residence, then it asks for like next of kin. You do notice though, one thing for you, both Crisis and Rick, where it does say name, it says preferred name, not your actual name. And then there's a whole heap of legal jargon, basically, stating that the Adventurers Guild hold no responsibility if you die in the course of taking a bounty. Any maiming, injury, death is not their responsibility, and you are aware that any jobs that you take are of your own volition and you are not being coerced, and if you die, your family cannot seek legal recompense from them.
Standard agent clause.
Interestingly enough, it doesn't have a signature line either. It just asks for one initial, no signature.
Val's already going through it. He didn't read it over. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna go right in.
Bauer's bent over, just scribbling away.
Yeah. And he does feel a bit stumped on the plate of residence there.
Hey, Professor. Is there anything we should know about when it comes to like signing things in this plane, or is it just kind of fair game?
I'm not from here.
I thought you were.
No, not. Like, I've been here once, but I'm pretty new to Valia.
But are you new to the plane?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wait until
that's how bad.
Let's wait till one of the natives get back and we can slackjaw at them.
I'm trying to figure out if that's racist or not.
No, it's more of you know about this place more than I do, and I don't know if I should trust this or not.
Okay, was Hasa going to join them, or are you going to go to the library after, by the way?
He said he was going to head back to the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did give him because I thought he was going with the others. We gave Hasa the two-way radio.
Yep.
Yep.
He said he was going to drop Ash off at the teleportation thing and then meet them at the library.
Okay. You have no problem.
Side things. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I might quickly use the two-way radio and just say, "Hey, bud, do you mind stopping by the Adventures Guild to look over some paperwork real quick? I have a bit of proposition for you."
Sure. I will 180 halfway down the road and go back to the adventuring.
Okay. You did have a bit of a sad time as you watched as Ash got on the teleportation platform and kind of sadly looked at you and waved goodbye.
Yeah.
He looked like he didn't want to leave you.
Yeah, but he belongs home.
Where he can't die.
Yeah.
Okay, so
where he's less likely to.
Or he's less likely to. Okay, so you make a 180 and start heading back toward the adventuring guild.
Yeah.
You enter and you see them all kind of sitting around at a table, staring at what appears to be paperwork. Hasa.
All right.
As soon as he approaches, I immediately thrust out one of the forms to him. Hey, so like, let's get paid to do stuff, right?
I suppose you want to sign up with an official guild. You don't want to just take a job as a.
Well, listen, I assume it's the same way here. I don't know the place. Guilds kind of corner the market on that stuff. It's a lot more official. It's better to find reliable work through guilds. You can try to go it solo with no type of oversight or overhang, but that's when you get the really risky type of jobs that no one wants to take. So while they may take a portion of our proceeds, it's better to kind of cover your own ass this way.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
It's a wider market we can break into and more work available. That's if you're interested in any of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Really, me and Rick just kind of wanted to get a native's legal opinion on some of this stuff, make sure we weren't doing anything bad by signing or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, make sure you read the fine print, don't offer anyone your name, that kind of thing.
Okay, go more into that. Why not? I see it says preferred name, not name.
Well, it depends on the circumstances. If you have a fake-in telling you that they, may I have your name? You just say either nothing or change the question, things like that. What are the specifics? I'll look over I'll check the fine print to see if there's any questionable shit.
Hang on.
Yeah, you can basically ascertain just from looking at it. The reason they're keeping it vague and just asking for preferred name and initial is because, you don't give away, you don't tell your true name to a fae. And putting your name in a contract of any kind, it's just meaning that you're basically potentially selling yourself to the fae.
Yeah, it's all pretty vague and nondescript, so it should be safe.
Spells did not know about this. As Spells is concerned.
So wait. Hang on. Why do they want? So for instance, let's pretend my name is Schmojo, right? And I tell you my name is Schmojo. What does that do to me and to you if you know my true name?
It depends on the person that you're telling it to, I suppose. True Fae and some more powerful creatures can use your true name to exert control over you, and sometimes it could be as simple as they now own your name and you no longer can go by it. Like, you physically cannot tell people your name is this Joe. All the way to the extent of they own your soul, like a demonic pact.
Holy shit, Rick! I never thought I would say this, but I miss our plane.
Basically, they are giving you the opportunity to sign up without taking your true name, because they are also well aware of how powerful true names can be.
Now,
So-
the lawyers in our realm, they're just as bad.
Oh, I know, but at least it's not, oh, true name this, true name that. It's just, hey, I'm taxing you for your right to breathe. Give me all your money. At least they're upfront about it. So, okay, hang on. So if I tell you someone else's true name, does that give you power over them, or does it have to come from the person directly?
Well, no. As soon as you give your true name to that person, they have power over you, which includes the power to then share your true name with anyone else they please.
What if they don't share it with me? And what if I just find out by instance,
That
indirectly?
is another. It really, again, it's a very specific circumstance. It really depends on the person. But yeah, if you can find out a creature's true name without them telling you, then that doesn't really matter. It's still the same power.
That kind of sucks. Wow, shit.
Yeah, that's why they don't have you write your true name here, because if someone else breaks in with malicious intent, they don't have any documents with your true name on it.
Right. Well, oh shit.
Do you all go around signing your true name to things?
In our plane, yes, because no one turns your name into a blood sacrifice or anything like that. They just sue the shit out of you for something you probably didn't do, or it's not your fault.
Yeah.
What?
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to unionize and go with a guild, that should be fine. Hasa will collect one of the papers and he'll put down a H.
Yep. While you're sitting there, Crisis, unbeknownst to you, a couple coins fall out of your pocket.
God damn it.
You can thank Evil One for that.
Yeah. How much is it?
It's just 10 gold.
Okay.
So while you're filling out your paperwork and whatnot, meanwhile, Breeze, as you're walking around the library, you find a couple coins just lying on the ground. So you find...
Who left these here?
Yeah, you find 10 gold. Thanks, Uzumeka.
There must be a coin rat or something.
A coin rat, yeah, that's it. That's going to be it now, the coin rat.
Yeah, dimensional coin rat.
She just look around initially to see if anybody dropped it, and when she doesn't find them, pockets it.
Yep.
New bucket list entry, find the coin rat.
Find the coin rat. Yep, I'm making a note here. Coin rat. What the coin rat giveth, the coin rat taketh away.
There's a little golden top hat. Yeah.
Now he's just starting to sound like Luke Goblin from Diablo.
Yeah, pretty much. You're filling out your paperwork, and eventually you finish out your paperwork, and you head back to the old Opteran, whose name is Bug Lightyear, sitting at his desk.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the name? Don't you like the name?
No, the name's great.
That's okay. I also put the Grungang on the wall, so
yep.
Cross promotion. If anyone, watch the Grungang on Wednesday nights, fortnightly on Evil One's channel. So you head back to Bug, and he has his ledger open.
All right, you said you were looking for Bill Lagan.
Yes.
It appears we did send him out into the wilds about 2 weeks ago. He has yet to return. We got him to head out in the direction of Bronlagalaich, which is the lake over by Roland's Rest.
I'm sorry, what?
Bromagalaich.
No, the other thing.
Over by the town called Roland's Rest.
Huh. All right.
Yes.
Is something does something ring a bell?
Nah. All right. Do you mind? First off, I'll give him back the form. With a big old C on there.
He has a bit of a once over.
Oh, so you're not from this plane of existence?
Has he taken a hold of the paper yet, or is he just kind of looking at it?
He's got his hand on it, but he's wondering why you won't let go.
No, I'm not. Is that a problem?
Oh, no, I'm just wondering if you're going to need an experienced adventurer to be sent with you.
Let's not take that option off the table yet. I'm just trying to find this guy and make sure he's okay. Can you tell me about what he was trying to do out there, what he was looking for?
He is one of several groups we've had head out in that direction in the last few weeks to investigate the occurrences that are getting the wildlife all riled up. There appears to be at least one group that came back. One of the notes we have here. There seems to be some kind of stone gateway that seems to have impacted the lake, and there seems to be some kind of corruption around it. But the adventurer who came back from that, he was a lovely jade dwarf gentleman by the name of Anthel. He basically retired as soon as he gave his information. Said he never wanted to go back. But yes.
Oh.
Those other groups haven't actually returned yet to get more information.
So there's like not one guy out there, but like about a dozen guys out there who just haven't come back.
Correct. And your friend Bill is one of them.
Ah, fucking shit. All right.
What was that, dear? I didn't quite hear that.
No, nothing. Where could we find this now retired adventurer?
You can find him in the next district over in Sterling Green. He usually hangs around the tavern over there, the One-Eyed Oak.
All right. Okay. Thank you much. Do I need to get my picture taken for a card or anything, or?
Do you have a contact number? Are you planning on going out to find Bill?
Yes.
All right. So are you and...
He is looking at your little group of friends.
Are you together as an adventuring party, or are you solo adventurers?
Rick will just look up at Crisis.
We're a party?
All right. Making sure. And how many are in your party? We need to make sure that you're going to be paid adequately.
I don't know if the others are going to join in or not.
Let's just go with 4 right now, because we're the 4 that's here.
4 members.
Rick, is that fair?
And how many years adventuring have you got between you?
For that, I turn to look at Rick.
0 adventuring for me.
All right. And the rest of you?
Does exploring count as adventuring?
0 experience.
Okay.
It is probably safe to just mark it off as 0 for the lot.
All right. And you just see he writes on top of each of your pages in...
3 for me.
Oh, 3 years of adventuring.
You watch on at least 3 of the things he writes in big red pen. Noob.
Plebeian.
All right. So, on basic jobs, yes. So our rate of pay for newly minted adventurers. On basic jobs within the city, you get about 50 gold per job, depending on the danger levels. Obviously, exterminations and things like that can come with a slightly higher cost, depending on the size of the beast to be exterminated or the job provided. Heading out of town, you're looking at about 75 gold, again, depending on the job. For your 3 years of experience, that will go up by 5 gold, so 55 in the city and 80 when you go out, unless you decide you want to go for the high profit jobs, in which you're looking anywhere between 200 and 500 apiece.
Rick watches Crysis's face when that's mentioned.
He doesn't make any visual text. He just kind of nods along as he's listening.
I'm just making a note so I don't screw myself later.
All right. By chance, do you have a map that you can kind of draw out the path that all the groups of adventurers would have taken to get to where they're going, and kind of give us some info about this job they were doing?
I've already told you what they were doing. I don't know how much more I can tell you about what they were investigating. I haven't been there out myself. But considering you're not from this plane of existence, and apparently neither are two of your other adventurers, and you're from the Ascendant Isles. How much have you travelled outside of the Ascendant Isles?
Some limited transportation, but I've spent majority of my time outside of the Isles here.
All right. So, not familiar with the area. If you like, what was the name of your group, sir?
Undetermined for right now.
Undetermined. All right. And where are you currently staying so I can send my experienced adventurer guide to help you out?
I believe it was the Billy Goat, right? Right? Billy Goat?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So, and you're the leader, sir?
Oh, no?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so my adventurer is looking for Mr. C, Asimar. All right. He will come and find you when he wants to make sure that you're ready to go and things like that. Unless you're willing to go in the next day or so, obviously I can summon him here at the drop of a hat if need be. He should be getting back into town, though, in the next day or so.
All right. Yeah, sounds good to me. We can wait a day, and then we'll hoof it out there.
All right. Yeah. Well, good luck. And if you want to take on the job of going to investigate as well, let me know, and I can put you on the books to make sure you get paid for your job.
Go ahead and put us down for it. We'll be out there anyway, right?
Yeah.
Be cool with that, y'all?
To be able to do that, I need a group name. And actual numbers of the group.
Didn't others say that they had an idea called the Bastard Sons?
No. Y'all gonna appoint me leader. I'm gonna say no. We will talk about it when we're all here.
I feel also, take the opportunity to wait for everyone before we assign who is the leader.
All right. Well, at least I will put you then, Mr. C, as the point of contact.
That is fine, thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
But quick question, Boo.
Yes.
So, did Alpheus or Nemo warn Smells not to disclose where he came from? Or is it fine too?
It would be fine to say that where you're from.
Okay.
Because it is a very vast place. Also, thank you for the follow, Hernock.
Yes, I thought I'd just make sure. Yeah, Ballard slides his papers over.
Okay, you slide your papers over.
Yes, and his little name thing is just Professor.
Prof, yes. Okay, Professor. Right. So you hand over your documents. He basically writes down that he should be able to send his contact to you at the Billy Goat. And yeah, you head on out to join the others at the library, I believe, because that was at least where Hasa had been heading.
Yeah.
So you make your way across town. Meanwhile, across town at the Gazania University, Breeze and Sebastian, you manage to find the library. The large darkwood double doors are open, and it's a very quiet place in here. You can hear the rustling of pages and books as people are studying quietly. There's this lovely smell to this place of just crisp pages. There's that little bit of, you know, the way that libraries tend to have that kind of, it's not really a musty smell, but it's definitely like a book smell, and you kind of associate it with particular types of parchment paper and things like this. Like, it's got a bit of a sweetness to it, but also just like that undernote of dust. Every now and then you do kind of get the slight waft. This is still a university with students and whatnot. You do get a slight waft of body odor every now and then when you pass by a table and whatnot. But in the center of this large room, there are staircases leading up to second and third stories. But in the center of this ground floor is a desk, a round desk, kind of like a donut shape, and sitting at one of the spaces in front of what appears to be an etheric monitor. You see a very give me a second. A very lanky looking blackbird creature. This appears to be a kenku. Its bright eyes reading over lines of text on the screen. They seem to have like a grey knit cardigan over what appears to be a shirt and tie, a pair of pants, and as you approach, his bright eyes kind of turn to you as you watch as his eyes dart around the room, just trying to catch any students who might be eating, because you watch as he tilts his head. What are your passive perceptions like?
Amazing. Excellent. No, it's 13.
13. What about you, Sebastian?
16.
16. Sebastian, you hear just this rustle of a chip packet somewhere over behind the stacks, and you watch this gentleman's head just kind of turn, and he kind of like looks, and then he kind of like looks back at you, and he kind of just waits.
Well, I mean, this bird guy's clearly busy, so I'll just walk past him into the library proper.
Mm-hmm. I'll follow.
Card!
Just looking like everyone there.
Card!
No, thank you.
I need to see your card, please. Your card.
His
please.
card? Oh, show him your card and I keep on walking.
All right. I'll head towards the desk. All right.
Judging by the fact that you're not immediately going through your bag to get your library card, he's like, form. And he pulls out a form. And you see at the top, it's a library card application.
Yeah.
He just sits there blinking at you.
Okay, hang on. So what does the form say?
It is a library card application.
It's a form-heavy episode.
Form-heavy episode, yeah.
Session titled D&D in the DMV.
You know what? That's what it's going to be now.
It's really good.
Time to be informed.
I'm trying to think if when he said card, he's just talking about library card or talking about
Library
student
card,
card.
yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I think library card.
Yeah, he asked you for your library card, and then you didn't get one, so he's asking you to fill out a form.
Well, he said card, not library card.
Yeah. You can always ask.
Right.
He's just staring at you, blinking. Far too... But he's blinking slightly too fast, which is slightly unnerving.
Sorry, did you want my student card or library card?
Library card, please.
Well, I guess it's painless. So what do I have to fill out on the form?
Just name, date of birth, age, and where we can send the fines when you inevitably forget your books.
Sure.
We need to know where we're sending the automaton to come and retract the fines.
Yep, absolutely. 100% full out bullshit on the form.
It's a librarian with a mafioso automaton that comes and breaks your legs.
Pretty close, yeah.
I'm realizing that I'm just alone. I'll come back and fill in a form, but I'll list my addresses. The student dorms.
Yeah,
and I'll say that I'm the roommate of the person we spoke to earlier.
Okay.
You stole what I was gonna say.
No, in fact, I'll do her name. In fact, I'll put her.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do literally the exact same thing.
Oh, damn it!
Rhymes.
Okay, you finish up your paperwork. You hand it over, and he starts tapping it into his computer. He puts in the name. It kind of comes up. He looks at you. Roll me deception, both of you.
Is it one of us helping the other, or just individually?
Individually.
Oh no!
What have you done?
Hi.
What is that? What am I supposed to?
He looks suspiciously at Sebastian, and Sebastian just puts on a charming smirk and gives him a nod.
You watch as his eyes start to squint at you, Breeze. Then he turns.
I giggle.
And looks at Sebastian. I'm sorry, Dahlia. I wasn't aware that we had an impersonator. And you watch as he's reaching over. Now he has a button on the desk next to his monitor. It's a bright red button. And he just kind of presses it.
I'm sorry, I was pranking him. Of course, I'm not Dahlia. He is. I'm so silly.
Oh wait, I didn't put Dahlia as my name. I was going to put that as roommate.
As your... All right.
Yeah, and I'm Dahlia, so it works, right?
All right, I think there's been a misunderstanding here. I was going to put dormmate was Dahlia.
Okay, dormmate's
roommate
Dahlia. Yeah.
In a random room in the dorms, but my name was just going to be something like name and date. Age was just going to be something random, like David Matthews.
All right.
Clay.
I'm sorry, David. Were you aware that Dahlia here...
Let me wreck on this.
I'm sorry, David. Were you aware that Dahlia is not who they seem to be?
Looks between Breeze and the person's like, no, this is Dahlia. Oh, you know what? I do know another Dahlia in school.
Yes, I was about to say Dahlia seems to be quite bereft of their scales.
Yes, they have no relation whatsoever. They just happen to share the same name. It's like the last name Smith. A lot of people have the last name Smith.
Do they?
Yes.
Yes.
In the Feywild, do they?
Yes.
Definitely.
He's looking at the
They're from here, yeah.
And you can hear in the kind of distance this very heavy footfall, just this very mechanical sounding doof,
Like, a lot of dahlias. I'm causing. But I don't need to be here. I'll wait outside. I'll wait outside for you.
Well, I'm sure it was a misunderstanding. You are, after all, a student. He reaches across and presses the button.
Yes, I am. Goodbye. I am the knight, and I run away.
Sure. You just. He's like. He looks at you, Sebastian. You can see on his little name tag, his name is Shrike. He just
I shake my head at Shrike. I'm like, Shrike, it's a constant problem with her that she gets mistaken for the other Dahlia. Just the other week, Dahlia was giving out her number, not the original Dahlia, but that Dahlia's number out to just all of the boys, and it just no end of trouble. And she keeps getting mistaken. I just can't believe you'd be adding to that.
Just pile it on.
Roll me deception.
It's alright. It's not bad.
Oh.
Okay. He kind of looks at you a little bit suspiciously, and then he's just like holding up a piece of paper. He's like, I was just going to get her to fill out another form. It's not the first time we've had a prank, and it certainly won't be the last. But when I call in Boris, everybody seems to have a similar effect.
Oh well. Just in the future, there are 2 Dahlias. Yeah?
All right. So, David, you just hear him tapping away.
Yep.
And he presses a print button, and he comes over to you holding a blue plastic card. Right, here is your library card. No more than 3 books at a time. But if they are the intellectual tomes, obviously you can only take out 1 at a time if it is in one of the core subjects. So, just whenever you're finished perusing, bring them up and I can put them onto your name and obviously get you on your way. Obviously no eating and keep all talking to a minimum. Understand?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Have a good day then, and tell Dahlia whenever she's ready to come back, she can come and just fill out the form properly.
Alright, I'll go do that now then.
The breeze is gone. She thinks that was the coolest thing that she's ever done. That she's a badass now.
Just outside the library.
She's going to borrow some vapes from some of the cool teens that she saw. She's like, yeah, I vape with you. I'm cool now.
Okay, so you head back out to the quad where there is a group of kids. You see a group of pixies just sitting on the lawn, passing around some kind of herbal concoction. They're very beautiful, shiny hair. They have a bit of a glow to them, like little fairy dust pixie dust sparkles that kind of drift off of their shoulders as you walk up in varying different colours, blues, greens. You notice that a couple of them, as they've relaxed a little bit, little clovers have grown up around them, the ones that have the green sparkles and things like this. One of them is sitting in a beam of sunlight, sun-tanning herself with just like a little piece of mirror sun-tanning the underside of her face, and she kind of opens one golden eye and looks up at you. Oh, hello.
Man, lectures, right? Ugh, I have the worst professor.
Oh my god, I completely understand. Would you like to join us?
I'd love to, yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm staying with, not Dahlia, but the other Dahlia, the one that everybody always forgets about. I'm staying with her.
Oh, I completely understand. Well, come on, join us. What's your name?
Also Dahlia.
Dahlia. Not other Dahlia, the one that everybody forgets about. Dahlia, the one that people,
Oh, that's
the cool
okay.
people know.
Oh.
And you're one of the cool people now because you know me, so...
Oh, of course. I'm Daffodil. That's Blue. And the green one over there, that's Clover.
Your names are so beautiful.
Well, would you like to join us?
Yeah. I plunk down.
She hands it. She hands over the. Holds it out to you.
Oh, do you smoke or not?
Yeah, of course. Every day. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Yeah.
I warn you, this will be quite strong if you haven't had it before.
Oh no.
This is Clover's special brand of catnip. Her family's been curating it for quite a long time, a couple of 1,000 years, in fact.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll just look. I do have lectures later, so I can't get crazy wasted. But I have a little toke. I take a tiny toke, but I try and make it look like a big toke. I do. I needed this today, kind of thing.
All the cool pixies are doing it.
All the cool pixies are doing it.
That's okay. If you get too blazed, I can always give you some downers to help with that a bit later.
Yeah.
Downer.
This is the life. Just take your uppers, then your downers, then your sideways. Yeah.
Oh, of course. And if you need help
There's so much
staying
about
up all night, I can put you onto Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze has
Let's do it. Let's get wrecked.
Blaze has some of the best things to keep you awake for, like 16 days.
Oh, with the exams coming up, I need that.
Oh,
probably
anything from exams to having 12 jobs or whatever. Some of those kids who need to have a little bit more time in the day to make a little bit more money and things like that.
Yeah, and also to fit in all the parties because it's so much fun here, am I right?
Oh, of course. Are you joining the engineering pub crawl later?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't worry. We'll take you to some of the best places and, get you into,
Oh my god, are you in the engineering?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm a design student. Fashion.
I don't know. I think Clover seems like she's into engineering.
Oh,
she's
no.
got that look.
Pharmaceuticals.
She can size you up.
No, Clover's in pharmaceuticals.
Hey, Clover.
A big pharmaceutical family.
It's at this moment. Rick, Crisis, Hasa, and Val, you are wandering through this quad looking at the signs for the library, and you see Breeze sitting surrounded by what appears to be 6-year-olds. That's about how tall they are. They're pixies, so.
Oh, fucking pixies.
Is she gaining the drugs from the children, or the children gaining the drugs from her?
No, they're from the pixies.
That doesn't help with my understanding of the situation.
The little ones are pixies.
Right.
She's getting narcotics from them.
Okay, so children are given the drugs, all right.
Not a child. It looks like... Have you seen any other children on this campus, Crisis?
I don't know. There's one really big one hanging out with those pixies.
Fair point.
5'2".
At this moment, a hummingbird Aarakocra runs past you, probably just a little shorter than Rick, all these bright-coloured feathers, looking quite harrowed and quite anxious.
That's probably best not to assume. All right.
Man, I'm so glad I never went for a formal education. All right, cool. Let's gather the rest of this doodad and let's talk things out, because that's what we should do.
So
yes, of course.
As you make your way over to collect Breeze, and Sebastian, you were heading out to find Breeze again, weren't you? Or were you going to continue perusing the library?
I was in the library, yes.
Okay, so while you continue in the library and the rest of you go to collect Breeze, we're just going to take a quick 5-minute break. So we will see you when we get back.
Woo!
again. I'm never sure. There's only pain. It's all it does. Why does it feel like I'm dreaming? Why can't I recover? I can't breathe, I can't see. You cut me open up. You left me. Broken but half alive. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Children used to run and play. Look at all the mess we made. Guess I never know where it went wrong. Sometimes I feel like all that's sad, 'cause viral then people forget. In this crazy world I don't belong. I see fire burning but I close my eyes. Everything is falling out of place. I see trees ripped from the ground, but nobody makes a sound. I see fire burning, but I'm fine. No, I'm nobody. We are not alone. There's more to life than this. Show me what you know. Take me to that place. I'm stuck within these walls. I need a quick escape. You know where I can go. Take me to that place.
Taint.
What? Why do you do this? Why are you like this? Welcome
Why
back,
Taint?
everybody.
Because it's the best.
So
Way of being, not the. Yeah.
quick recap. Basically wandered around, got rid of Ash, got to sign up at the Adventurers Guild, and now we're at the university where Breeze and Sebastian, at least Sebastian has signed up for a library card. Breeze kind of panicked a little bit and ran off and then went and got stoned with some pixies, which is where the others found her. So, Sebastian, I believe that apparently you are detecting magic? Or you were just checking what that was written?
No, I was like, well, since I'm alone in the library, I was just like, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and look for stuff with the message I sent you.
Yep, sure. Okay, I will keep that to myself for now. Detect Magic, yes. That's all I'll say. There are magic books here. You feel it all around you. And yeah, you can see that various books have lit up with various different forms of magic and things like that. So, however, you can go over to, I believe this library runs on the Dewey Decimal System. So you can actually go over to basically search those things that you're looking for those keywords, which you are directed to various sections within the library. So I will come back to that with you later. The rest of you walk up to Breeze. Breeze, you notice a collection of gentlemen approaching you.
Do I recognize?
Yes. You literally just ate with them maybe 2 hours ago.
Yeah, okay. It's just because the way you said it, you said a collection of gentlemen. I was like, did I already start getting wasted? Do I not recognize who the people I know are anymore?
Well, you notice a really, really tall gentleman that's kind of got a greenish hue to him, really pale eyes, he's towering over you. A strange, hairless cat man, the less tall, bluish, greyish skin tone of Hasa, and then Rick.
But so I do
Rick.
I recognize them, right? I know that I came here kind of with them.
Yeah, you recognize them because you know that you ate with them. You do recognize them, yes.
Hey guys, you coming to the engineering party tonight?
Huh?
No, and neither should you, because we got stuff we gotta do.
The yellow pixie kind of looks up at you guys and continues to look up and up and up at Crisis.
Oh, these are friends of yours?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Maybe.
Would you like to join us at the party later? It's a pub
No.
crawl for the engineering department.
None of us are
cool.
students here, no.
Well, I am. What are you talking about?
Ha 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 ha, no you're not. You came on the same boat with me this morning. Now get off your ass. We got stuff we gotta go do.
Hey. Crisis, settle down. You're not in charge of her. She's her own person. Let her make her own decisions.
I don't know, he's giving me real leader energy right now. And I roll my eyes.
Daffodil leans across at you and she's like, she just kind of whispers to you.
Is he your controlling ex-boyfriend? I can understand why you broke up with him.
So nice. And he's obsessed with me. But we have a group project that we're working on together, so I kind of have to go with him now.
That is the worst.
I know.
What
If
the fuck are you saying?
You can't hear this.
They're kind of whispering together.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure, you can roll a perception check as Daffodil leans across.
If you need...
You don't perceive shit.
You don't hear shit.
They're just whispering. They're kind of whispering behind their hands at each other and things like this.
There's a fly buzzing around your ear that's really distracting.
Yeah, really distracting. Bow's tail is kind of jangling with all the bells and baubles that are kind of like tied around it. That's kind of distracting you as he's waving it around. As these pixies' wings are like fluttering a little bit, just kind of grabbing his attention just a little bit. As Daffodil leans across and she's like, if you need, I can throw pixie dust in his eyes and you can run away.
No, it's because we do have to work together eventually. So it's. I kind of wanted him to come to the bar crawl tonight because I thought maybe he'd find somebody else to be obsessed with. But then I don't want to put that on somebody else. You know, I don't want to. I don't want to do that to somebody. You know, that's not nice.
Please, we're leaving the city tomorrow to go after the Adventurers Guild work.
Yeah, okay, like ask for Dahlia Smith, and if I go missing tomorrow, then just tell people because he's trying to get me to leave the city with him.
How do you classify going missing? You're leaving
Anyway, I'm
with us.
Dude, you can't hear any of this. You can't hear any of this.
You can't hear any of this.
Look, he's trying to get me to see with me.
While this conversation is going around, can I just like step away from Crisis a little, look down to Clover, and sort of gesture to have a puff?
Clover's eyes are kind of like half lidded, like she is quite out of it. She kind of hands it up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna analyze it before I decide whether I'll take a drag.
How are you analyzing this half smoke?
Just from like scent and such. We have agreed that I have like a fucking doctorate in medicine at this point.
Yeah. This seem you've seen this before in your days. This is a lovely blend of different kinds of catnip and passion flower. You haven't quite seen this particular blend, but you recognize the actual quality of the catnip to be part of Clover's family. I don't actually have a name for their last name yet.
Yeah, that's good.
But you do recognize it. They have, as stated by Daffodil earlier, they've been cultivating this catnip blend for a couple thousand years, so...
Meadows? Clover Meadows?
Sure, we'll go Clover Meadows.
Okay.
Meadow catnip brand.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit. And he'll take a drag of it and pass it back. While Crisis is having this small breakdown.
Val is just kind of awkwardly like looking at everyone like, what is going on?
Daffodil pulls out a notebook, writes down a name, of Raven Shade, a Dullahan, she's like,
If you need, look up Raven. She does wonderful curses. She's not only that, she's in the criminology department, so they'll never link it back to her. Perfect crime.
She knows how to cover her tracks.
Exactly.
I love that. You know what? I don't say
girl.
this, but I think you're the best person I've ever met.
Thank you.
Honestly, the best person I've ever met.
You're welcome to join us anytime to keep away from men like that.
Don't worry. As soon as this group project's over, I'm done with him. I'm never looking back. I promise.
Of course.
And
I
imagine because I'm used to like being around smaller people because I'm in the Feyaware. I give her the hug that you give to people who are like way smaller than you. Like,
Of course. Set healthy boundaries. Men like him will never learn otherwise.
see you tonight. Bye.
See you later.
Oh my god, I have so many friends, guys.
Right. Friends. Yeah. Cool.
What's your problem?
No, nothing. What'd y'all talk about?
I've got a funny feeling you don't want to know.
No, I got a funny feeling I would love to know.
Where is
We talked about
Sebastian?
pharmacology. He's in the library. Be careful, they want you to sign forms. But nobody here is stupid enough to use their true name on a form, so you'll be fine.
Of course.
you go into the library.
You lot catch up. I'm gonna go find them, and I will leave them and go find Sebastian.
Oh, so you want?
Thank you for mercying me.
Everyone's staying with the pixies, or
I was gonna.
I
I think we were all gonna go to the library.
okay. So you are all going to the library?
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
Hmm?
Let's be efficient about this. Rick, please put me out my misery and let's go to find that other adventurer, the one who just retired, and ask him some questions about what he saw up north. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Probably be more productive for us anyway.
Thank gods. All right.
You're feeling far too old for this campus.
Oh, I hate college kids.
You watch as a kobold kind of side-eyes you and goes, boomers. Wanders off.
Yeah, drop dead kid from debt. All right, anyways,
I didn't even think
let's
when I
go.
picked a kobold against you either.
What'd you say?
I didn't even think when I picked a kobold to like cuss you out.
Yeah, and his response would instantly be because it was kobold. Oh, it's a kobold telling me call me a boomer. All right, drop dead, asshole.
I love the fact that if you say drop dead from debt while Haas is walking away, he just says, it's subsidized.
Okay.
But yeah. The professor, you want to come with us, or you kind of hang out here with all the
Okay.
cool kids?
Love that push to talk life. Harsa.
Huh?
Hmm?
You're being spoken to, I believe.
No,
Oh.
I was asking Bao.
Oh, Bow.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh?
Okay.
Well, what are you asking? I zoned out.
Professor, do you want to stay here, or do you want to come with us to the what was it called? The
Sterling Green Tavern.
The one-eyed oak.
to the other tavern. The
Yeah.
one-eyed
Sorry,
oak.
the one-eyed oak.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right, let's please leave this place. I do not want to be here. Please. Oh,
Okay.
wait.
But Professor, you fit right in here.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Looks a
Before
little sad, but
before we do leave, I will give Breeze one of the extra forms I grabbed. The rest of us filled out a form to get a license for the Adventurers Guild. You don't have to get one if you don't want one.
you want me
might
to
get
join
paid.
you? You want me to be part of your adventuring party? You're
I don't
inviting me
know.
to be part of your party.
I don't know. Will you feel safe in my adventuring party?
I mean, just don't forget your gun, and I'm sure I will.
Well, if you're saying my party, then
So
I've
you're
already
the
had-
leader.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Meaning, I get final say in what the name is.
Please pick the Moonlight Wolf. Please pick the Moonlight Wolves.
Right?
Yeah,
Cool
yeah,
on
but you
that?
get. I mean, I think we should probably discuss it as a group. Who else have you invited?
I don't know, because y'all saying I'm in charge, and
I
don't-
never said that. You just came to me right now and said, join my adventuring party. I'm in charge.
No, I said, here's a form. You can fill it
Okay.
out. That's it. You're the one who said my party. It's not my party.
You said. Oh,
No, you did.
okay.
You did actually.
Okay,
say
well,
your party.
you yes, but let me have
Yeah,
this.
you did.
But, yeah, I know. She knows that now, but she's backtracking. She's like,
I
yes,
was-
but of course you
I
came
was
and you offered me a
terrified. I was
form,
gaslighting
and
you
then
for a second, but then I realized I wasn't gaslighting you. I was gaslighting myself and to think I was gaslighting you.
and now
that
she's
I'm
trying to
not
gaslight
gaslighting
you.
Okay, continue.
No, yeah, but you handed me the form and said, hey, join us, and I was like, well, wow. So I obviously assumed it was your party. Otherwise, I assumed that.
Clean slate. Do you
Uh-huh.
want to join the Adventurers Guild or no? You don't have to. It's a
I
good
have
way to get some
literally
extra
nothing else
money.
to do. I have nothing else to
Alright.
do. I know I seem confident and cool and like I have it all together and that, but I'm a little bit lost right now. So yes, I'll do whatever.
I have figured. Now, here's the thing. I think you're trying your best, and I greatly appreciate that.
I hate you. Also,
And that's completely fair. You don't have to like me, and that goes the other way as well. But
wait, how do you
when
like me?
when we're kind of working together, and by working together I mean just like talking together, right? I think we should all keep some level of civility, right? And not, I don't know,
I'm
be mean to
incredibly
each other.
civil. It's just every time I say anything, you roll your eyes or you tut or you say, "Oh, kids need to get out of here." So yeah, but if you can change your ways, then I can do too. Oh, my name's not Delia Smith. Dahlia Smith.
What? Okay. Should we call you Dahlia now, or do you want to go by Breeze
No.
in private?
No, it's never mind. Yeah. Thank you for the form. It's very appreciated. I'm glad that you want to continue your journey with me. and once I've popped in, got my library card, we'll all meet up. Are you sure you don't want to wait for us? We won't be long, I assume. We can all go together.
Nah, we gotta go question a guy about what happened up north that made him
I'm
instantly
so
retire.
good at questioning. I'm so good at questioning people.
Do you want to come with us? Because it's on the other side of town, and the library's in the opposite direction.
We're actually at the library. At
Right.
the university. So
Right.
we might as well wait for everyone.
I love the fact
Rick,
you are absolutely
please.
bombing
I'm trying
with
to
a
leave.
tiefling as well.
Rick, please. I'm trying to. Wait, is Breeze a tiefling?
Kind of.
Puff.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, well that doesn't matter. Rick, please. I'm trying to get us off this campus because college kids are the worst to work with.
Maybe you need some more of these pot dogs.
I think what we've learned is that the rumor that Crisis was a nice guy was a complete fucking lie. Then.
Yes, I got the full rumor. Okay, but he was friendly.
Crisis is incredibly friendly. Just all right.
We'll just forget the worst in him. Okay.
All right. So, fine. Let's just wait for everyone then, right?
Great. Come on. Let's all get library cards. Can't hurt, can it?
No, I'm good.
Not a reader, I take it. Okay. See you in a minute. Hello. Head off.
No, he doesn't have his reading eye dog.
Is he blind?
He's not.
I use a gun. If I was blind, that would be a problem.
Hey, we don't judge. Anyway, so you all go.
I mean, we've all seen Crisis's art. He's got extreme cataracts.
Yes, I was
Also,
thinking.
you've
I was
never
like,
seen
God,
him
I didn't
use a
notice
gun
the whole
either.
time. True.
He just pretended he didn't have the gun so he wouldn't reveal that he's completely blind.
His scope is actually his glasses.
We'll see. We'll see with Crisis. There's mysteries upon mysteries around this group. Anyway, so are you leaving Crisis alone, Rick, to basically stand awkwardly under the cloisters?
Val staying with Crisis.
No, I'm just leaning up against the wall.
Okay, so the three of you are waiting out by the cloisters as Hasa and Breeze head back into the library to find Sebastian.
I look very sheepish as I go back in.
As you wander back in, Shrike, the librarian, kind of looks at you again, kind of like squints. Hello, Dahlia.
I'm sorry, I'm not the other two Dahlias. I'm Dahlia Smith, and I'm sorry. It's from before. I was trying to prank. Can I have a form, please? I'd like a library card.
He just slides across the application form. He doesn't say anything. He just blinks excessively at you.
I slide it back, completed.
And you, sir, would you like a library card? Of course you would. Everyone likes a library card.
You know what? I was just going to run this normally. I'm going to make it into a bit now. Hasa reaches into his travel pack and pulls out a platinum library card.
Oh.
Reese faints. Okay, no, she doesn't. Right,
previous university alumni. It's fine.
Can I scan your card then, sir?
Of course. He'll hand it over.
Overdue books.
It's like 17,000 gold worth of overdue books.
Yeah, he's like,
there are several outstanding fines.
Of course. They should be transferred over to Seeker's Respite as previously requested.
Do you want me to send them over to the head archivist there, sir?
Yes.
Certainly. I will send them over to Mr. Tide Runner with marked urgent.
Of course. As soon as the mention of like head archivist was brought up, Hasa is now a strange aquatic version of that Key and Peele episode where the dude is sweating profusely Like, there is a fountain of sweat coming off of this boy now. Yes, Senator Dover, and this one, hopefully, yes. For those of you in the chat, that is.
Oh yes, that, yeah.
So, just letting you know that the outstanding fines are in the sum of 500 gold.
Very well. Any particular idea of which books are still outstanding?
Basics of biology, the chemical composition of mushrooms, and the Myconid dances.
Classic.
Very well. I will send word back home to see if they can recover the books. Otherwise, the lead archivist there can handle the fines.
Wonderful. Have a wonderful day, sir. Of course, we will be limiting your borrowing capacity to 1 book, unless you can find them.
Of course.
All right. And just... There you go, Dahlia. There is your card.
Thank you so much.
You can take out 3 books at a time, but of course, if you are ever late, we will send Boris after you.
I look forward to it.
I'm sure Boris loves his outings.
And we love to see him. Good day.
I wouldn't recommend it. Boris is the original prototype that I built Ash off of.
But Ash was so sweet.
Yeah, that was the change I made.
Oh.
Okay, so you head off into the library to try and find Sebastian. Where are you kind of looking for Sebastian?
Based on context clues that he's given us, on just like he hasn't said much.
Nope.
But can I get an idea of the sort of things he's interested in? Can I have paid attention to the little things he says? I'd be like, oh, he did mention this. Oh, I can do an investigation check.
Roll an investigation, and I'll see.
It might be easier.
I will, because I know that you didn't get to have that conversation with Sebastian. So, yeah, roll your investigation.
Nailed it.
Sebastian said a lot of interesting things, but Sebastian, how much have you actually given away about your kind of likes, dislikes, what you might have looked into? Judging by the fact that you're writing me what you're looking for in private, probably not a lot, but...
I'm going to presume that we haven't cut to me that I found basically nothing of any worth, but...
No, that's not true. I was going to talk to you about it afterwards if you wanted to keep it between us at the moment.
Okay. Well, because...
If you want to. Otherwise...
there was the probable case that I was going to steal them, so...
Okay. Well then,
We'll figure that out.
No, it's fine. Because
in terms of stuff I would have mentioned, I don't think I would have mentioned anything beyond surface level stuff, because I've known them for a day.
Yep.
And in that time, we've had like
some night together on the boat.
Oh my. No.
And that we were all on the boat at the same time.
Yeah.
God, Breeze, you can't tell them about the night we spent together.
Everybody spent a night together, all of us.
Okay, so with that, and the fact that you rolled an 8, not a lot of context clues. Hasa,
I think he likes flowers.
Yeah.
Something about flowers?
Meanwhile, in the archives, you actually have managed to find a couple of books. Specifically... you would have found stuff actually about the Far Realm. Interestingly, there is actually more than you had anticipated here. That because the libraries here do share books with the archives and things like this, you do notice that in the history section, there does seem to be a number of books that have been on loan from various archives around the Feywild, pertaining to... specific entities. You can find books in the history section on Cathanid. You can find books on the Eldritch War, known as the Titan War, which do have referencing to ancient Eldritch deities, the Titan King, and various other entities, as well as a well-documented game now of Zorvental that took place in the first era of the world, and the fall of several of the Eldritch gods around that time, as well as the Titan War, which references several of the Eldritch beings that were imprisoned away in the between places of the planes. There was, in terms of cross-referencing between the occult, you do see more references to the Elder Scribe, Cathanid, things like this. However, when you start cross-referencing even further with eyes, there is actually one reference during the Titan War to a particular entity that was basically tricked into separating themselves into several pieces and having their actual being sequestered into items for a later summoning, which, as you kind of start cross-referencing this, just roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. This wasn't a anticipated save, was it?
No, it is not an anticipated save.
Really regretting taking the resistance cantrip.
Well, you didn't know that looking into this stuff would actually cause intrigue.
I can't think of a situation where you'd be able to anticipate a saving throw.
Exactly. So yes, wisdom save.
Alright, dragons.
Okay. As you are reading up about this entity that was separated during the time of the Titan War, it would seem that there were entities from the astral plane, a cabal, that essentially betrayed this entity, divided them up for later resummoning, and then during the Titan War, their consciousness was actually imprisoned in the far plane, without a physical body. Its physical body is the part that was ended up being separated. And as you start reading up about this, you can actually feel this swell from deep inside you. This feeling, you are very familiar, like in terms of where this feeling is coming from, you're very familiar with. It is a feeling, a place within yourself that you have felt resonate throughout the years with the spirit that you were once bound to. But this is the first time you've actually started to feel this cold numbness that seems to be seeping out of your body, that seems to be almost controlling your hands to keep reading, turning over the pages. You can feel this entity that seems to be in that place that was once, that had such comfort to you once. Whatever entity is there now, you can start to feel this slight feeling of injustice and rage, cold rage emanating out of you. And you start to notice where your hands are actually touching the book, there is kind of this icy mist forming on the pages. But you manage to just kind of realize that this is actually having a physical effect, and you kind of manage to grab it and kind of get a reign of it, I suppose, get a reign of your own anger. But you're also aware that it's not your anger, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, I don't know what you want to do with that, but it would appear that this entry is very interesting to you.
And this is in one specific book. The rest of the books, while they
were interesting, it's this cross-reference of occult, but it wasn't the occult and the far realm, but it wasn't until you cross-referenced it with the looking for the eyes reference.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
eyes,
so
vision, yeah.
Okay, so what I've found so far is just this one interesting book. Does it emanate any kind of magic?
Because
I know the School of Magic would detect magic.
Yeah, it's... Give me a second. I just need to cross-reference something for myself. A realm of magic.
Everybody else listening, going like, "What the fuck?"
Mostly evocation. Yeah, mostly evocation.
Okay, so something I was going to ask when I basically came into the place back from like the quick look where Breeze went was that I was going to use the combination of detect magic and just perception to see if this place had any defenses or detection, if that makes sense, of like how easy would it be to just walk out with a stolen book kind of deal.
Yes, it would have protection defenses. Yeah, you can feel that there are spells here protecting it from you whatever kind of like alarm spells and things like this. So yes, it is protected basically against basic theft. You can also detect that while magic can be performed in here, you get the impression that there are wards preventing essentially magic being taken out of here that shouldn't be, I guess. I don't... give me a second. Yeah, you'd feel like abjuration spells and things like this, keeping things contained within, basically. So yes.
Okay, and I don't perceive any way to bypass that.
Perceiving? Library card. You get the impression that something about the library card, because the library card does seem to have some magic around it, abjuration magic around it, illusion magic around it, and things like this. You get the impression, and each of the books seems to have some kind of like a little warding sigil on each of them that seems that you kind of, in putting two and two together, you kind of realize that in borrowing the books, it does something to the sigil to nullify it so you can take it out of the library. But beyond that, I mean, there are always spells you can use and utilize to nullify the magic and things like that. Or you can just straight up try to steal it. You can, but they may potentially perceive it or an alarm might go off. You're not 100% sure.
Can I cast Identify on the book and card then? Since I can do that to detect details of spells that are afflicted with it, to see if I can replicate the effect and like use an invisibility spell to like hop out a window kind of deal.
You can tell that the book has an alarm spell on it. Specifically the spell alarm. It also has a level of magic mouth as well attached to it, which will kind of make a loud noise if you attempt to steal it, if the sigil is interacted with whatever wards are on this place.
Since I learn its properties and how to use them.
Yep. So basically, taking the library card, essentially, you get the impression with the library card, essentially, by scanning your library card, it will give, you assume, essentially, will give the librarian a unlocking sigil, which will unlock the sigil on the book. Sigil magic is a very complicated spellcasting technique.
Smart.
Yeah, it is. This is one of those things that it's not just like, I learn what spells can counteract this or whatever, because sigil magic in and of itself, there are ways to essentially mess up the sigil but it is complicated because the actual sigil itself is magic, and altering it, you don't know what will happen to the sigil by altering it, because
you would alter it and it would suddenly become an explosive spell. It would become a fireball.
It could. By changing the sigil, it could potentially.
You have to know your sigils.
Yeah.
And what you should do.
If you know runic, any kind of runic languages, you can see these invisible sigils on the books, and you can kind of pick up, like, what languages do you know, first of all?
All of them.
You know all the languages?
I comprehend languages.
Okay. Doesn't decode secret messages. Okay. Arcane sigil. Cool. You can recognize parts of the sigil, but there are parts of it that are written in Eldritch script. That even if you can comprehend the language of it, it's not a known language, full stop. It is an ancient language. You can attempt to change the sigils if you would like, but there are obviously saves and things like that regarding what the outcomes are. But you can definitely try to. There are definitely plenty of students who have tried to change sigils and stuff. You are very welcome to try.
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to be taking a while with this. I'm just trying to think.
That's okay.
Okay, so I've learned. There's no way I can.
I can go into after session. I can go into sigil stuff a bit more because it's a thing. There's a whole thing behind it. So
yes.
Yeah, I can presume none of the languages I know would assist with that. Then, if it's not a known language.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a very, very ancient language. It is a sigil magic is something you can learn. Basically, though.
Yeah.
It is something that you can learn.
It is learned.
Yeah. So there is that possibility. So, but yes. So.
Okay. So what I've learned is there's no way I can just like put invisibility on myself and walk out with it.
Well, you can attempt to.
Well, I mean, I can attempt to, but that's I have a very good understanding that that's most likely going to trigger shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's presumably, like, you said that the library card interacts with the books. There's presumably no way I could use invisibility to get behind the desk and then scan it out without signing it in.
I mean, there is always the option you could literally tear off the cover. It works on the proviso that you don't want to deface the book.
Hey, why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, because I didn't think I needed to explain that most people don't want to steal a book and deface it. Sorry.
Well, I know, but like, if I'm obviously going to steal the book, so if somebody, if I'm like, how do I sneak this out of here? I feel like I would have, with the identify and everything, I would have been like, oh, like this only works if I take the page through. If I just rip out the page, there should be no negative consequences.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean it to come across like that. It's just, yeah, if you want to steal something, you can attempt to steal something. Like, yeah, it just works on the proviso that you're not going to deface the book.
Okay, so if I deface the book and just rip out the page that has the rune on it, which presumably has no other information I need, then
the cover. It's on the cover.
Yeah, then I'm relatively confident I could, using invisibility or something, walk out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's... if that's what my character, after all these spells, thinks is a super easy option with most likely no negative consequences, that's what I'll do.
Okay. So I will need a stealth roll though, because obviously people are going to notice you attempting to tear covers off of a book. It's not a quiet endeavor.
And I'll be doing this.
Okay. You are using borrowed knowledge.
To gain proficiency in stealth.
Okay, go for it.
Damn, I can't roll above a 10, I guess.
Okay, so
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
you didn't cast invisibility first, so
Oh, that's true.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if I'd already cast invisibility or not.
well, no, you haven't cast invisibility. It isn't recorded here that you cast invisibility first, so
Okay, well, I'd like to cast that first then. Well, sorry. I'd like to cast Bard Knowledge, since I know I'm going to have to sneak out.
yeah.
Invisibility, and then I guess I'll link invisibility as well.
Okay.
And then I'd like to rip out the page, which isn't casting a spell or attacking a person, so it shouldn't drop the invisibility.
Nope, that's fine. So you can roll me stealth again with advantage. So roll me stealth again. And we'll take the higher of the two numbers.
That's a lot better.
Yep. You rip off the page, throw it under the
That's
stacks.
that's only a 21, not 25.
That is a-okay. A 21 still going to...
20, anything over a 20 is fine.
Yeah, pretty much. You tear off the cover, you throw it under the stacks, you tuck it into your bag, thus making it invisible, and you start to make your way out, I'm assuming.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about not being clear about that.
No, that is a-okay. So you basically make your way out, but as you head back past the referencing section, you can see Breeze and Hasa standing there, kind of like trying to figure out where you would be.
Just once they get to the entrance of the library, then they will hear in their minds, "Bros, I'm outside."
You telepathically hear Sebastian telling you that he is outside.
I'm not. Yeah, I can also telepathically speak to people, so it's not shocking. I'm like, oh, but how did he?
Must have worked first.
Must have worked right first. Huh.
Weird.
Weird.
Must have
Weird
been the
indeed.
I'm gonna get. Is there any? Just as I'm leaving, are there any trashy, garbage, romance novels here?
You want to walk via the romance section?
I just want to grab the trashiest big. I want to grab one of those epic ones that are so big that like it's like 4 novels and it's like part of an epic saga of trashy romance.
You
And I'll
find
just
you
say,
find a book that's
I've heard good things about this one.
Yeah, you find a book that's easily like 700 pages long. It's called Sunset.
Heard great things about this one. Yeah, I'll check it out.
So you stop by Shrike, who takes your card, scans it, goes beep. He scans the book, kind of raises an eyebrow and a sigh. You can see that it's very dog-eared and everything. Puts a stamp in it, hands it back to you.
Personal favorite of yours?
Yeah, not really.
Like sometimes I've studied a lot, I've read a lot, but sometimes you need some brain mayonnaise, you know?
There are
Okay.
certainly better
Brain
authors out. There are certainly better authors out there.
Who would you recommend?
Oh, personally, I like Sherilyn Cause and her series of Glasses and Pictures.
I slide it back. I'd like to put this book back in, and I'll go and grab the
if you-
recommended books.
Oh, no, that's fine. If you want to take both, you can, as long as we get them back in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, definitely, sure.
Hands them over, puts a bookmark in.
And use the bookmark. Please stop dog-earing the pages.
I've never dug deer a page in my life, but okay.
All right.
And he just slides them across.
Have a lovely day, Dahlia.
You too. Are you coming to the engineering pub crawl tonight?
Oh, no, I had my time back in the day, and I don't think the kids can keep up with me.
You could show us a thing or two.
I can show you something.
Oh.
He looks haunted.
Oh. First I thought he was flirting with me, and then I was like, oh, no, he's not. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sebastian, you go outside and see about Rick and Crisis leaning in the cloisters there against blatantly ignoring several children, teenagers, young.
Val's just been flicking through his little journal and just writing things.
Okay.
Oh, it's so nice that you mentioned that. In my invisible stealth, I walk over and read over Bao's shoulder.
Oh, so it's literally just some little journal entries of, today's been a really interesting day, did this, did that. Nothing really much, it's more of a recount, and then at the end it's like, hope you two are well, love Bao. And that's all he's really written, really.
You watch as the words slowly evaporate into the paper. Bao, there is a voice appearing from behind you.
Can I roll a percepzione?
You feel all of your skin crawl. Yes, you can roll me a perception.
Alright, I roll a good old... See how this perception goes. 18. Nah, can't
Nope.
see through your stealth.
Nope. Just, you feel this skin crawl as this voice is just echoing over your shoulder.
He kind of like does a little swat, thinking it's like a fly or like who's buzzed by or something.
Lucky it's not a
He
cucumber.
like feels a bit of wind. He's like, yeah.
Rick,
I'll,
the cat seems twitchier than normal.
I'm just gonna find like a pillar or a tree or something that my character could have perceivably been leaning against, but just out of sight, and then
Just
drop
appears.
invisibility.
Okay. So you appear from around the tree as Hasa and Breeze join you. Breeze has a couple of large books in her arms.
Oh,
Student.
there you guys are. Breeze, you got a couple things.
We looked for you in the section you were going to check out, the flower section. Couldn't find you.
I do love flowers.
And how long you been out here with us, Hotshot?
Me?
Yeah.
Only a few seconds. I went to go look for Breeze because she ran out of the library after being confronted by the scary clerk, and I thought she'd gone a different direction. I just came back.
Right. Okay.
You guys haven't been here long, have you?
Nah, not really. Hey, got paperwork for you. And I'll give him the final form. Don't have to sign it.
His final
It's
form?
just a way to get...
final form.
What's this?
It's just for the Adventurers Guild. It's just another way to get paid. More money, I guess, if you want to view it that way. A few of us have already signed it.
I don't need to sign it, do I?
Yeah, you don't have to, but you won't get paid. Which, I mean, that's on you, I guess.
I'm sure I'll find other ways of getting paid, and I'll hand it back to him.
All right, suit yourself. And I'll fold up the paper and I'll put it, I guess, back up. You know what? No, fuck that. Is there like a nearby trash can?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just wad it up and toss in the trash can.
you may do so. You throw it in the trash.
Wait. Is there a recycle bin nearby?
Yes,
I was going to say.
Yes,
Can
I
go
will.
recycle?
I will put it in the recycle bin.
you put it in the recycle bin.
And the paper fairies come and they eat it.
Sure.
And now
All
that you
right.
have said it, it exists in the world.
Pretty much.
All right. Listen. We got an inn to go talk to some guy who saw some shit, and then go from there, I guess. Y'all want to come, or is this just gonna be like only just half of us
We
going?
love getting to know you. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I like to insert that, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Certainly.
I guess it's not exactly a lie, so I won't roll deception. I mean, it doesn't. I think she's finding it interesting getting to everybody. She's like, you know what? This is kind of fun. Being with a group
Persuasion.
of people.
Then
Okay, sure. Dun, dun, dun.
trying to convince everyone. Sure, it's not a lie.
What is wrong with me today? I can't roll for shit. You have doubts. Yeah, I seem genuine, but you have doubts, I guess. Is my smile a little too wide?
You look a little too keen. You look a little blazed. Let's be
True. Do I get advantage because I'm blazed?
Now that's the poison condition, right?
maybe,
That's
maybe,
disadvantage.
maybe that's why you're a little anxious. Okay.
It's good to know you guys.
Okay. So, I believe at least Rick and Crisis, you are heading to the One-Eyed Oak, I believe.
Yes.
And me.
Oh, and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's great to get to know you guys. And I'll go with
Everybody
you.
is heading to the One-Eyed Oak Tavern. Okay, so as you are going to be heading over to the One-Eyed Oak Tavern, next session, that is where we'll finish up for next session.
Just before we finish,
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Perfect time for Rick to monologue.
What have I got myself into? This strange bunch. Can I do anything without causing problems? Guess we'll find out. I think I may have made a mistake of telling Crisis he was the leader. I think it's going to come back and bite me in the ass. But we'll see.
Crisis, he's standing right next to you as he's speaking this into a little recorder.
Yep.
I think we're all standing there.
I'm looking around like, oh god, this is awkward. Oh.
He's kind of like speaking into like his little coat like collar.
No, it's into a little recorder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a recorder.
yeah,
It's
a
in
little
his hand.
recorder.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
in his
okay.
hand.
I imagine it was taped to the inside of your collar as well. So yeah.
Oh, no, he's hanging on to it.
Yeah,
The monochrome
It's obvious.
cloud. The monochrome cloud is over him again. And it's a gust of wind only for him.
All right, so we will pick this up next week as you guys go into the One-Eyed Oak Tavern to go and speak with the adventurer. He's a jade dwarf, I believe he was. Did I write down his name? Probably not. Did I give you a name?
Anthel.
Anthel, thank you. You would think that I'd remember this. The Jade Dwarf Adventurer. And yeah, so we will go get more information from Anthel next session. So thank you to everybody who has been watching. I hope you've been enjoying. Hopefully in the next week or so we will be joined by an adventuring guide that works for the Ruffled Feathers. We will see. But otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful week. Until then, either way, I hope you stay hydrated, get plenty of rest, look after yourself, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. And we will all see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We say our goodbyes and light up like fireflies, 'cause there's so many